is even up for grabs, let alone the difference between progressing and not. So here we go, Crelly. Best of 5, F16 FaZe Clan. Let's kick it off.
And again, very interested to see how the first few moments of game number 1 go. Because I do think F16, they might just pick up right where they left off against Furia, because it wasn't a bad level that F16 were playing at against Furia. The Furia were just that much better. But how about this for FaZe? First killer, rumbling and tumbling down the field, getting some help as well, and putting away the first goal.
Again, just working so close together, one challenge after another, and it's just going to fall into the lap. Sypical deciding to stick with it. Only 20 seconds. FaZe Clan trying to get the revenge early.
And I don't think Sypical actually hit that one. I think he hit an F16 player into that one, as I didn't see an assist pop up for him. And first killer. Of course, he's always going to make something out of nothing. As like I said, just kind of fighting for every inch downfield there.
Good 50 soft chip. Trying to find a way to get back to an F16 player. In the midfield with plenty of boost and already met on the backboard. So probably going to put that in the corner unless they decide to send you there instead.
That's a great drop down here for Sypical. He doesn't have a ton of boost. Kaliers comes out of nowhere to take it away, but Sypical didn't have a lot there with the boost in hand. FaZe trying to clamp down. A good demo will slow FaZe down just enough. We're seeing FaZe just taking pot shots here at F16. They're locking down that midfield as well. F16 would love to see him kind of bring this one down and force FaZe into it. Rawas can't get by AJ. Good tackles coming out from FaZe. Again, clamping down here on F16, making it tough and just fighting through all the challenges. Somehow Sypical getting to the goal line there.
Also, a lot of credit to F16. Very stalwart on defense, not really forcing challenges. They've been sitting kind of patient, and it is punishable, as you see with FaZe Clan here. But a lot of the times when you have a team going super fast, you really want to change the play style up and control the pace. So by not going for the challenges, not falling susceptible, it is going to force FaZe to go for those infield passes or those high aggressive flying plays, which they weren't really doing. They were keeping it simple. So initially a good idea for F16, but FaZe Clan does find a way to exploit it back.
Good start here for FaZe Clan. AJ putting that one away. Clears, getting some help from Basils. He takes it away right in front of the goal line, and F16 cutting the lead in half.
It's a great handoff, obviously dribbling all the way back, but the only real thing you're trying to do is get it past at least one defender, which they do, and then the redirect back the other way. So back within one is F16. Great touch off the kickoff. As FaZe Clan going to kick that one back to the corner. Over to first with a flip reset paired with the demo. And why not make it another one? But Rawas behind the ball, a good 50. Should buy plenty of time. Also still has plenty of boost, roughly around like 50 in the tank. As they try to bring this back down the other way, it's going to be a good challenge in the midfield and do exactly that.
One of the things that Spaceman and I were talking about in the previous series with F16 was the challenge game. I think FaZe are really taking it to him here and fighting fire with fire, also winning a ton of challenges. How many times have we seen a FaZe player just barrel through a couple F16 players? There's another one rifled off from FaZe on the outside of the box. F16 definitely struggling to break out of their side cleanly here. FaZe doing a good job positionally of kind of inviting F16 in and then just completely taking the ball away.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I talk about that slow play from F16, and it's more of a methodical approach where those challenges are happening, but the FaZe Clan has been so dominant with them that you get a little bit concerned. On the other side of things, the FaZe has really simplified their game. I'm not seeing crazy high flip. Like, the mechanics are there. They're extending plays and doing stuff with it, but for the most part, it's clean rotations, find an opportunity, and then just put a shot on target. It's been good.
And that's kind of the respect coming out from FaZe. You know, they talked about not knowing exactly what they're going to get from F16, but now that they do, they're being a lot more conservative, a lot more high percentage plays coming out. It doesn't have to be flashy, it just has to work. And FaZe certainly showing that here in game 1. Oh my goodness. What was that from Sypical?
It's a beautiful recovery. You're not going to be able to see the back end of it, but again, just pushing through and perfect placement, hits the post and ends up bouncing in. Great placement upside down again. Seems to be FaZe. When in the position, they get up to it and make some magic happen. Up by 2, minute 35 left to go, and possession off the kickoff.
That's an incredible touch from Sypical. A 2-goal lead now for Space Station. Work cut out for F16. Here's a good pass. Fortunately, Basil couldn't get over it. And now FaZe trying to quickly pad this lead. And what I would assume would be a comfortable lead for them here, up by 2 goals. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals coming. AJ puts away another one. The follow-up, diving on top of the ball. And FaZe running away with game 1.
You just see Sypical floating in the corner there, and he's just a distraction at that point. Whether it gets a touch or not, it doesn't matter, but that body in the way just cuts off an angle to play it outside where it's safe. So when it's forced in like that, touch isn't perfect. And again, Sypical making him work for it. They get punished. The FaZe. You heard first killer. Let's run it back. I want another chance. And man, are they making it count. And what a different look too. F16 getting the best of FaZe as that respect level has definitely gone up.
I think with F16 most likely losing this game, I do think they'll pick the 1v1. So first killer will certainly get what he bargained for here.
That's the wrong button, sorry.
As FaZe Clan, well, that one will slip through. Basil with a monster flip reset here. FaZe kind of lackadaisically watching him go up for this one. Very late. In fact, nobody challenging. Look at the power there. Sypical so low on the challenge. And hold on a second here from F16.
Yeah, a little bit close on that rotation where it's like someone should cut that off, right? You do know what he can do. And then so much power on that flip reset, like you said. Again, 30 seconds, though, might be too much of a deficit to come back, but you just never know as that one's going to go over the top. It's cut to the other side, and what a demo by first killer. It could have brought it back within it, 1 to play into that 0-second time if need be, but the demo shuts it down and a good challenge. And with only 10 seconds remaining, going to need something to happen here. As first killer poises up, he gets a good challenge off the ceiling, and the follow-up is there. Man. Can they get a double? No, but it's not going to matter. As this ball hits the ground, it is going to be FaZe Clan with game 1.
And that's a fantastic start from FaZe. Like I said, I was a little worried for FaZe. And I don't know if you really want to do that, as the 2v2 is picked by F16. The Twins, of course, Riyadh and Kalir is taking on first killer and Sypical in game 2. So no 1v1. If we see it, it'll be a game 5. Or, yeah, game 4.
We'll see it. That's all that matters. As a good save is going to pinch out on the other side here. Last time we got to see these two go head-to-head was game 2 of last time, where it was 3-2 in favor of F16. Expect something close yet again. As Sypical going to go for a wall pinch. It's a beautiful one at that, as that one's going to drop straight down. Unfortunately, no recovery to follow it up. Still good patience and cleared back in. As an early challenge and a potential demo attempt. It's going to force this one high. Sypical flip reset over the top. Can he put it in? Top right. He can't muscle it in on his own, but he's got backup. What a play by Sypical.
Well, the difference here for FaZe, they went AJ first killer in the last 2v2 against the Twins. Sypical coming out this time for FaZe. So that is a difference. And boy, did it pay off with that flip reset straight into the net. First killer there to clean it up. But my goodness, what a start for Sypical, making himself known here against F16.
Again, when the conversation was had, a lot of people are looking at FaZe. They're like, we're top 4. Why the heck would we drop Landlusion? He's so good. He's so important to this team. And it's like, when Sypical's available, you pick him up, is pretty much the conversation. How do you let a player like that go? So, again, trying to see the impact. We're seeing it here. I didn't think when people picked up Sypical on FaZe, they were thinking, hey, it's going to be in a 2v2 match in Saudi Arabia. But
right.
They did know Sypical was going to have an impact in some capacity.
And I like FaZe, switching things up from last time. Again, it was AJ and first killer.
Yeah.
I like the idea here. And already, like we said, Sypical paying off. As it's only a 1-goal lead here. Just under 3.5 to play in game 2. F16 showed some great poise in their previous matchup against Furia, where they were playing from behind for most of that game. So it's not surprising to see them drop the first goal. And they got to be careful here. Sypical wanting to try and first killer, as Kalir's able to pick it up. Full boost for him. He's going to take a shot at FaZe. Flip reset. Won't be able to get back to it. Riyadh quickly up for this, as now FaZe and Sypical trying to get one on target, and Kalir's gets back in time.
Great recovery to get back in time as well. That challenge absolutely crucial to keeping it away. And take a boost 9 in the corner, probably backwards, and it's a beautiful challenge and pinches, but what a recovery by Sypical. The reaction time to keep that one out, but the pressure's still on. And just like that, cleared back the other way and into the corner. Early challenge to deny the read on the other side. It's an open net. Going to let that go, and it should be a free shot. And that is going to do it. It's going to tie it up for F16.
Great work here from F16, beating the first man, isolating the last man, and just outpacing him quite simply to the ball there. Clears doing a great job to get back up to that one, and an easy tap in for a loss in the end.
Halfway through, we're tied up, and an important one. As FaZe trying to get a bit of revenge. But both teams trying to stay in top 8 in their sights. And our final qualification match of the B stream here for Gamers8. His first killer. Flip reset. Good challenge by Rawas. Brings it back the other way. Clears a little bit of wall dash to close up to this one. But again, it's just more so to apply that pressure. As he jumps over the 100 boost, that could come back to bite him. As it's going to be a double touch. It doesn't even matter. Oh. What a shot, first killer.
That is disgusting.
Oh my god.
That is filthy from first killer. I mean, a double tap like that, you've seen it a million times, but the pace that he just hit that, F16 had no idea what just hit him.
My goodness. There's something out of nothing. At this point, you just expect it, which is kind of ridiculous to think about. But man, it really was the pace on that caught us off. Just in stride, smacks that in. Despite all that, still only up by 1. As Clear's able to pre-jump that one, he gets in front of it and able to get around it again. So a little bit of space to work with, and going to go for the demo. Ross decides to play it into the corner, and it's a lateral hit, but doesn't matter. Cut off yet again. Slow down, demo, ball chase, and plenty of time to work with.
Wow.
And still able to recover. That's a great in and out save by first killer to keep it away. But again, you need to be careful with the boost consumption as a shot coming flying across almost top right. It's a demo. Another shot on target. Another save. Simple can only do it so many times. And finally, Rawas gets a goal.
F16, they were hunting. And they got, what, 3-4 demos in just a span of 20 seconds. Taking out FaZe and finally breaking. You do have to hand it to FaZe. Some good defense there. Just a moment ago, you saw first killer dive into his corner of his own net just to dodge a demo. But F16 unrelenting with the physical play. And they're able to tie things up.
There's a reason why they're in this circumstance. And boys, have been a pleasure to watch. We're to the final 40 seconds. Typical takes to the sky. An extra touch over the top, and it is solid, but should be able to recover and actually play this one down. He's going to have to retreat. But a big clear shouldn't be out of the reach, and it's actually just a tad wide. Good recovery by Clears. Back inside. Bump attempt. No flick. Decides to go for the boost deny instead for Rawas. And played up high. So typical. Minimal boost. Going to play this one slow, rightfully so. Does draw in someone on offense, but needs some boost of his own. Still only sitting at about 1 pad as we get in the final 10 seconds.
This is where F16 have clutched up once before. Can they do it again here? Tied up. Clears. Opportunity. Boost to work with. 0 seconds. Do they do it again? It's off the backboard.
It's happening.
It's not going to go in. Overtime in game 2.
Oh, the setup was absolutely perfect. You draw both defenders. You play it off the backboard for a pass, but the shot has to go underneath first, and it doesn't work out. Going to overtime. The demo, this one's going to go straight up. And Typical decides to roll out of it. Let first take it, but minimal boost going to have to retreat. Good play and a good decision there by first despite no boost. He's trying to close that gap, not give them any space whatsoever. And now an infield pass. Shot on target. It's a little bit high. Can he get the recovery? He has the touch. Can he make it another one? It doesn't get there. So close in that 30 seconds. Could have closed it out, but my goodness. Pressure from both sides as this one settles for just a brief moment.
45 seconds of overtime. A little bit of space here from Typical. Clears. A little panic there. Does make a good touch and control. Full boost for him. Has one to beat. Trying to cut back over first killer. Almost made it work. As now Rawas going backwards. Does flip around to right himself. And Typical now trying to pick his spot. Won't be able to go through a Rawas. F16 not going to go down that easy. It's this ball given up over to Typical. FaZe. Doesn't feel like they have the same type of pressure that they did early on. Feels like momentum shifting over to F16.
A little bit of footsies in the corner. A lot of respect given from both regions. You even see First Killer making sure to stick around and challenge these just to make it safe, but this one's going to drop into his lap. You need to be careful of the touch. It's a good shot. Should be able to break this one, make it one more. As it plays down the line, a soft touch inside. And up high, surprisingly enough, Sip actually goes for it. Did not think he was going to go for that one in the corner, but ends up trying to keep that pressure alive. Good lateral touch, but it is going to be Lears. He plays it first. Expect this to be a long lob. No, he's going to keep it solo. Over the top, has a flip. No. It's a good challenge by Rawas. Clears follows up. That one's up and above, but again, the recovery's already there. And again, no score here in overtime.
You can see how far back FaZe is rotating. They're not taking any chances with the counter from F16, even if it means that they lower their percentage on some of these attacks, especially the extended attacks that they've had. They do not want to lose to that counter. That's a good demo, but it's typical. 0 boost. Can he still be a hero? Denied. F16 taking away their own corner boost from Sipical. He's got nothing. First Killer. That shot will go wide, and he'll be taken out.
High pop into the midfield. First Killer's just going to lob this one down. There's 2 players up. This could be a chance for FaZe. As he plays it back, it's another good 50. And as he denies the boost in the corner as well, they control the midfield. So Rawas, minimal boost as he's getting bullied the whole way down the field, but going to cut completely to the other side of the field, grab the midfield, and back at 100. Soft
great
touch,
pass.
infield shot, top right. It's not there. Barely off the post. Another shot, and again, one after another. Should be a free clear here for F16, but my goodness, 2 chances just barely off.
Oh, disaster for FaZe, and now can the Twins take advantage? Rawas trying to make it sting for missing that one. Clears. He's not able to collect either. First Killer trying to make amends here. A disappointing first shot. The second one a little bit tougher, but still another touch. Can he dunk it down? Sipical's there. Can he beat the last man? He can't. F16 planted on their own goal line. And they have not been able to get possession. Still dangerous as Rawas very calmly brings this one down.
Could be dangerous though. Yeah, it's getting bullied off. It's good 50, but Sipical going to be last to it. No, he ends up cutting in front. This could be it. A good shot, and it's a bouncer, but it's a little bit wide. So now Rawas on the rotation. Up high, has the flip. He's pushing it all the way. Can they get back in time? It's a good 50, and it rolls again. Halir's going to back off and try to create some space. It's a flick over the top of one, but Sipical controls it well. A good 50, and he stays behind. So again, back and forth. 4 minutes and 25 seconds of this overtime, and no clear indication of who's going to be a winner.
Wow. Crucial touch there from FaZe and First Killer. Rawas was setting himself up. He kind of planted himself down to get up to it. First Killer still trying to bully. By time for Sipical. He doesn't have a lot of boost here. Clears has a little bit. A good takeaway from Sipical in the end. Almost 5 minutes of overtime now. And Rawas and Clears trying to play from their own corner. It's taken away by Sipical. FaZe, they had their opportunity to end this, and they were not able to. F16 looking for their best chance as they've had a few.
No.
Now First Killer, a little bit of boost to work with, looking for the block. It's not going to happen. Sipical, oh, he sneaks it in.
Overtime, and it does come down to that individual moment. So impressive stuff back and forth as we go into our 3rd game. FaZe Clan at match point, a chance to go to top 8. And as for F16, going to have to reverse sweep FaZe Clan in order to go and represent MENA.
And now backs against the wall if you're F16 in a matchup that did not go their way in game number 1. FaZe won it 4-2. Of course, the 2v2 was much closer there. And FaZe, that one's going to skirt across. As the FaZe already threatening here. And F16 looking for a way out.
Yeah, minimal hesitation and important on that one too. You got 2 players that are staying a little bit over aggressive, but a shot not going to be there in the follow-up. So we're going to turn and stay patient. Even with the pump on the way back, Rawas trying to get a demo on and open something up. As first using that second jump to play high, gets a demo, and Luckily for F16, enough force to push him back into it. And it's free save met in the midfield yet again.
And just like in the previous series for F16, it feels like goals are going to come at a premium for him. FaZe putting on that pressure. AJ.
Oh, what a recovery.
0 boost, but still making it dangerous. It's FaZe trying to break through, but it feels like there's more than 3 F16 players on the field. It's one after another challenging FaZe. You got to hand it to them. They are making it tough for FaZe to even just have a second to decide what they want to do.
Yeah, and a lot of credit, a lot of respect given as this back pass should lead to a shot, and it's going to finally connect. That's what it takes. Back pass to first killer so we can place it near post.
That was brilliant from Sipical off the back wall. First killer out, AJ out to first killer, rather, and a great strike on target. FaZe Clan, beautiful passing, and that's honestly the difference between the Illusion and the Sipical FaZe, in my opinion, was that a lot of times they're a lot more patient with their attack. They're not as direct. It doesn't take an incredible mechanical outplay for FaZe as much anymore. It is a lot more about the passing. And I do think that if they can find that consistency, their threes is much better for it.
I mean, we've seen the high-flying phase where everything is a double flip reset craziness, but again, I think that fundamental play really comes down to the trust that they have in each other, because no matter who is on the ball, they're like, yeah, he can bail us out of that situation, or I have confidence to move up for this third challenge because I know you'll recover and get back in time. It really enables that type of play, and you can look for some of those passes. So not that, Illusion wasn't a good fit for them. Obviously, top 4 in the world at one of the majors is, without a doubt, an excellent performance. There is just a little bit more trust, it feels like, on the field of the capability of each player. And again, having faith to throw that ball back and see what's going to happen when it comes to that shot. And then Sipical still turned on and went for a demo. So again, got us in the house. And a lot of that is due to the respect that F16 has earned through their performance. As that one's going to go flying into the midfield. No challenge here. It's first. Use that boost to get back. Turns in the midfield. And a good challenge. Should be able to go up high on the side wall and cuts it off. Makes it a little bit awkward. And jockeying for position yet again, as well as possession, as F16 just trying to find a way to sustain it out of their half. Because, again, some boost would be nice.
Yeah, and that really is what you're seeing from FaZe, is just constant suffocation. Another good shot comes through. Sipical to put it home. It's 2-0 FaZe, and they seem to be in full control over F16.
Well, you see it in the corner there, Clears. He has to pre-flip to get the boost. He ends up snagging it in the corner, but that little bit extra, instead of being able to turn and recover in time, does put him barely out of position. You get a well-placed shot and just can't reach it. So much pressure from FaZe. Gives them a 2-goal lead, maybe a third, as they can sneak this one in. AJ getting involved.
Defense falling behind here off the kickoff for F16. And yeah, like you said, a fantastic touch there from AJ. Follow up so quick. The second FaZe even smell the opportunity of some space in the backfield. They just dive at the ball. They're so smart and so aware of those minor mistakes, or just minor gaps, rather. Sometimes it's not a mistake, you just get beat. As it was the case there. And F16 have their work cut out for them as that one goes off the post. Haven't seen a lot of offense from them here. It's just been all FaZe.
That has been the problem. F16 just hasn't been able to create any offense because FaZe won't let them. Every single touch has been challenged primarily in the midfield, and if it is a big clear, it's almost always alleviated and brought back the other way. And it's done in a way that it's not for free. But Rawas trying to get a flip reset challenge by first killer. Clears into the corner and met by Sipical. Plenty of space to work with as he's going to bring this down for a solo and challenge. JJ throws over to first killer, which he's going to back off and say, heck no on that one.
Time running out for F16. Less than 45 to go. That needs to be a better pass. Rawas cuts it across. Everyone from FaZe saw that shot coming. And the double commit will clear that one out. Now the pass. First killer wanted to let it go. Clears does get the touch. F16 feel like the urgency needs to be there in the final 30 seconds, but it's just tough for them to even get possession. Such a tough ball to deal with. Clears. Late flip will ensure that one gets downfield, and FaZe unrelenting. Quality touch after quality touch to deny F16 any possession. That one's going to go high as well. AJ to deny. And F16 looking at their exit here in the group stage. FaZe coming out on top And in dominant fashion, a 3-0 for FaZe Clan.
Again, we heard it from Jason First Killer in his interview. He's like, you know what? Either one, I'm happy. But if I can get some revenge.